Hey everyone, 𝗂𝗁𝗆 here, and today I'm going to show you how I created this pastel plaid winter theme. Everything that I used I will link down below in the description box or in the pinned comment. And without further ado, let's get started. So first we have 𝗿𝙗𝗉 Lacquer 𝗧𝗍𝗵𝗍 Shenanigans. This came out in the PPU from November of last year, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's a green to blue to purple shifting aurora shimmer and a tiny bit of scattered holographic running throughout it. It does take 2 coats to reach opacity, sometimes maybe 3, but it's absolutely stunning. The next polish I used was Wanderlust. This is a beautiful, light pinky lilac color with a copper shimmer running throughout it, and it's absolutely stunning. This is great for the winter, great for the spring. It's very soft and delicate. It does take 3 coats to reach full opacity. I really did enjoy using this polish. I was mainly basing it off of the fact that I wanted to incorporate some pink from a powder that 𝗬𝗧𝗔𝗊𝗔𝗊𝗋 has, which I'm going to be talking very soon about, and so that's why I chose this color. And then the last polish that I used was All Glammed Up by China Glaze. This is a light mint green cream and it is more on the brighter pastel green tones, I would say. Even though it's light, it's still got this nice bright tone to it. And I think it's probably because it has a little bit more white to the base. Otherwise, I think it's great. It does take 2 to 3 coats to reach full opacity. It only took 3 coats because of the fact that I was using these white nail tips. But other than that, I think it looks great. It's fantastic. Now, but before we can go ahead and apply some powders, I'm going to go ahead and mattify these nails first, which is the 2 China Glaze ones. I used the Mad About You by 𝗬𝗃. And once the nails are completely dried and mattified, I'm going to go in with my 𝗬𝗂𝗔𝗊𝗋𝗆. This is a beautiful green to kind of pinky tone, depending on what colors you put this on. It's an iridescent shimmer and it's absolutely stunning. So one of the plates I'll be using today is going to be 𝗬𝗂𝗔𝗊𝗋𝗆's M336 plate. This has a bunch of plaid and argyle designs, and I'm going to go after this one image that I absolutely love. It's like a buffalo plaid style, I guess. I think it is, with Candy Spirit. Now this is like a nice light pinky, has a slight purple undertone to it, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp this down really quickly and then really fast go ahead and start adding my Wicked powder to this, and I'm just going to dab it around, and then I'm going to slightly buff it to make sure that I'm, getting in all the crevices and all the little grooves, and then from there I will go ahead and go over it with my finger, just make sure everything is smoothed down, and then I'll go ahead and brush it off with my duster brush. So since I'm not done with this nail yet, I'm going to go in with my What's Up Nails A022 plate, and this has a lot of like winter snowflake themes. I'm going to go in with my Bam White, go after this one good size snowflake. So I'm going to just place this up in the corner really quickly. If anything's sticking up, I go and just kind of press it down real quick. And then I'm going to go after the green, or start on the green nail. So I'm going to go in with turquoise, do the same method like I did before with the candy spirit. I was gonna say serpent, that's not correct. So here I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly do the same thing again. I'm gonna go ahead and buff, just make sure everything is nice, there's no raised parts or anything, and then I'm gonna do rinse and repeat. I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna go after a different snowflake. So here I just kind of was like, well, let me go ahead and put this down on the bottom rather than the top, and now I'm gonna go ahead and work on the other nail. So this is the kind of like a whimsical wintry pattern. I don't know, I was thinking like doing something with like a whirly snow effect, I guess. And now what I'm gonna do is, because I'm working on this index nail, I'm going in with turquoise for one part of the nail, and then I'm going to go after this tiny little snowflake with Candy Spirit, and I'm going to stamp it on the bottom. And I'm basically, the reason why I went with this is because of the fact that I wanted to kind of play off of the colors in this particular polish by 𝗿𝙗𝗉 Lacquer. So that's really what it came down to, is that's why I picked out these colors. I know it has like a purple shift, but I really didn't see too much the purple shift. So yeah, and enough of my rambling. So I went ahead and put on my smudge-free top coat, and now I'm putting on my quick drying top coat, make sure everything's nice sealed in. You can see that glow as well when you put the top coat on. It looks absolutely gorgeous. But of course, you know me, I gotta go ahead and put some, some matte top coat on my nails, because the fact that when you're trying to take photos, it just doesn't work out the way you want it to, because all the glare and everything. So there it is. Hopefully you all loved it. I hope it came out nice. I honestly really did enjoy this. If you like these kind of videos, go ahead and think about subscribing, joining the Chills crew. Don't forget, I also have other content as well on my channel, so you can check out those playlists. But until then, take care and stay chilly.